Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the Tanawha Trail, one of the most visually beautiful trails in all of North Carolina right here. You have meadow views on this trail, rhododendron forest. You have the rocky landscape of Rough Ridge, which is one of the most beautiful places you'll find in North Carolina. This trail goes under the Linn Cove Viaduct bridge, and the trail ends at Beacon Heights, or at least the Beacon Heights parking area, which we will not quite make it to that section on the next hike, simply because that's not going to be part of hopefully an overnight. There's a deer. See the magic of the Tanawha Trail already showing itself here. So yeah, here we are, Tanawha Trail. Slight rain, a little bit of mud. I'm not sure exactly how far it is to Holloway Road, but I don't believe it's too much further. I think I might have a mile and a half or something like that to go, which will give me a really nice 10-mile day on the Tanawha Trail. 10-mile plus day on the Tanawha Trail here, hopefully this coming weekend. My goal is to complete this Jones-Linville hike, Jonesville to Linville Gorge. The other side of Linville Gorge has been my goal. My birthday's July 10th. That's my target date. I want to finish this on July 10th. I want to finish this with my wife. Hope she can do it with me. So we'll see. Yeah, this is the Tanawha Trail. That's how you do it on the Mountains to Sea Trail. Absolutely beautiful section here. One of my favorites when Keenan and I did this trail last spring, last June. I'm back here less than a year later. So today's journey has been interesting to say the least. The creek crossings were far easier than I was led to believe. Don't think I got my feet wet at any of them, unless you consider the rain hitting them from the sky. The feather that is the blaze for this section of trail all the way up to Beacon Heights. Then we'll return to the traditional round, circular, white blaze. The trail takes a left here. This is the end of the hike, and I'm always wanting to measure Grandfather Mountain in relation to where I'm at. I've been doing that since walking up the MST near Collins Road in Elkin. And now for the last time before going across it, or across in front of it, there is Grandfather Mountain. This is Holloway Mountain Road that I'm coming up on. This will be the stop point for today and the start point for the next time. This has been a crazy awesome hike today. Absolutely beautiful. Is it the best I've been on so far? Yeah, I think it is. That was the best so far, but on between Elkin and here. But Tanawha Trail is next. The rest of the Tanawha Trail and Grandfather Mountain. All right, back on the Mountains to Sea Trail here on Holloway Mountain Road. Today I'll be walking just over 10 miles heading from Holloway Mountain Road to Beacon Heights. This will be all Tanawha Trail. I will complete the Tanawha Trail. Actually, it stops in the Beacon Heights parking area, so my plan is not to hike to Beacon Heights today. That's actually section 4 of the MST Trail, and I want to do that in section 4, trying to keep this very linear. And this is a pretty little section here. Came here last year when I did the Tanawha Trail in June. Brought the family back up here in late summer, and there were some nice apples under the apple tree, which will be at the top of the hill. All right, thanks for hiking along with me today. There is Grandfather Mountain here on this beautiful day up on the Tanawha Trail. We're heading south on the Tanawha Trail. Get ready to head back into the woods in a moment. Heading downhill now. Guess the next point of intersection or interest on this trail will be Cold Prong area. Cold Prong Pond. Don't believe the trail goes directly by the pond, but I do know that there's a parking area on the Blue Ridge Parkway that can come out to the Tanawha Trail. And we should be coming upon that shortly. Really pretty section through here. Still between Holloway Mountain Road, actually 1 mile exactly away from Holloway Mountain Road, and probably approaching the Cold Prong cutoff to the parkway, to the Cold Prong parking area in the next mile. Nothing really to show there. Just another access point for the Tanawha Trail. Through the style, in style, sporting my cool, not COOL, but my KUHL shirt today. Okay, the woods are quiet today. Almost 2 miles behind me, and I've not seen a soul yet. Beautiful day out here on the Tanawha Trail. Things are going to really get very beautiful towards the end of this hike. Rough Ridge, Linn Cove Viaduct, Stack Rock, and some of the bridges we go over are just gorgeous. Nearly 2 miles on the trail between where you go to the Cold Prong parking and Holloway Mountain Road, so I got 9.4 left today. Next intersection should be Boone Fork. This is the Boone Fork parking lot intersection. This is where we would turn left coming off Boone Fork parking. And this, I believe, is the infamous Boone Fork Bridge. Guess this would be the Southwest Bridge. Took a pretty good picture here back in the winter. That I've got an Instagram account, and I believe that that's by far my best picture that I've ever posted. So I will. Here it is. Bring it up on the screen right now. Yeah, it was a beautiful January hike here with my family. This is information on Grandfather Mountain. So I've been looking at it for a long time. And right now I'm directly below Grandfather Mountain. Don't need a permit for Tanawha. That's mostly for Daniel Boone and the profile trails. The Wadi goes right. And then you can pick up the Daniel Boone Trail a little bit further up this way. We are most likely approaching the area where the Daniel Boone Scout Trail breaks off to the right. Yep, spot on. It means I have about another, probably a mile and a half before making it to Boulder Fields. Great trail right there, folks. Great trail. 6 miles to Linn Cove. Surprised they don't have Rough Ridge on there. Also, that is a very special place. You'll see in a moment. There is a bear in there. If you hear it tearing through still. Snuck up on the sucker. That will definitely wake you up on the trail. I believe I'm approaching the Boulder Fields section now. I believe after Boulder Fields the trail will become much more rocky. The trail's been pretty smooth so far, with the exception of a lot of roots in certain areas. I'm approaching the Boulder Fields intersection. This is where you can pick up the Tanawha Trail from Boulder Fields. Sorry, about tripped there. So we are 1 mile from Rough Ridge. Linn Cove Viaduct's 3.3, making it 2.3 from Linn Cove to Rough Ridge. So it's been a beautiful day to be up here hiking the Tanawha Trail and enjoying it. I love the solitude. I actually love that there was likely a bear that was tearing through the woods back there. It wasn't a bear, it's probably a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Not sure which, but going with the black bear. And anyhow, looking forward to seeing Rough Ridge. Not looking forward to the crowds. Hoping that I can get out a little bit and share some of the views with you. Every time I've ever been, there's been people hogging the opportune spots to see the views of Linville Gorge and Grandfather Mountain. So 1 mile away on the Mountains to Sea Trail. Just happened to look up for a moment, and there's this tree. The sun's probably going to blind it out quite a bit. There's just this massive tree here on the section between Boulder Fields and Rough Ridge. Thought I would share that with you. Still heading to Rough Ridge. Should be to the parking area in just a moment. Here we go. Rough Ridge Bridge. Parking lot is full. People are parking in overflow down below. The goal. There it is, the gorge. Linn Cove Viaduct. The trail will pass under Linn Cove here in a moment. This is Rough Ridge. Table Rock Mountain to the left, Hawksbill to the right. Go 2 over from that and you can take a good look at Sitting Bear. And then to this direction we have the Black Mountain Range. This is where Wilson Creek crosses the Tanawha Trail. I'll say this, they do a wonderful job with these bridges. They're absolutely beautiful. So props to all the folks who made and maintain these beautiful bridges on the Mountains to Sea Trail. Look at this. These are waterfalls. As the creek comes down from Grandfather Mountain. Okay, that's Wilson Creek, all right. Linn Cove parking area. I wonder if this is where you can see the bridge. Ladies and gentlemen, the Linn Cove Viaduct. With all that noise, I think it's safe to say there's not much chance of bears out here. But there probably is a pretty good chance of some beetles. Look at this rock. It's like Fat Man Squeeze somewhat up at Mount Rogers. So I'm walking along here at Linn Cove Viaduct, about maybe 1.52 miles left to the Beacon Heights parking area. Just stopped at the gift shop and purchased a Tanawha Trail patch. It will be my first patch. I've never been one to get or want patches, but I think they're pretty cool. I've seen them on some backpacks. Some of my friends that hike the gorge on social media, some of my social media friends that hike the gorge have, you know, gorge wrap patches, and I just think they're cool. They kind of give a personality to your pack and a reminder of some of the places you've been. and some of the things that you've got to see. I have hiked from Elkin, North Carolina to Stone Mountain, to the Blue Ridge Parkway, to Dalton Park, to Jeffries Park, to Grandview, to Thunder Hill, to Moses Cone, to Trout Lake, to the Tanawha Trail, and now I'm going to Linville Gorge. Pretty proud of the hike so far. I wanted to get to Short Off Mountain, down to Linville River, and then over to the west rim of Linville Gorge by December 31st. It's June the 2nd, and I only have like 40 miles to go. This is the completion of section 5. So we're going to segment 4 next. I'm now on this side of Grandfather Mountain. So until next time, segment 5 signing off.